Now, with Ellen Pompeo, she's been lighting up our screens for more than 20 years in ABC's longest-running primetime series, Grey's Anatomy. And now she's stepping into a new role in Hulu's limited series, Good American Family. Can we welcome back Ellen Pompeo here? We adore you. Oh, my gosh. First of all, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. This is a little bit of a different role for you. So what drew you to the project, and what is your hope for people who watch it?
Because it was so different from what I've been doing for so long. And I think my fans have been extremely loyal, and I can't disappoint them. So I had to really, do something that was going to grab their attention. And I think, what was the second part of your question? Sorry.
Like, what do you want people to get out of it watching it?
I want them to come on the ride.
It's a pretty wild story. Explain it to everybody.
So it's the story of a family who had dealt with a lot, and they had the idea that adopting a child, a daughter, would sort of add to their family and maybe fix some things, maybe heal some wounds. And sometimes when we have expectations of something will fix everything, things don't go our way. And
that's the ride.
That's the ride.
Wow.
Yeah, things didn't turn out as they expected. And how do you respond to that? When you have expectations of something and you make choices and then things don't go the way you thought they would, what choices do you make?
And you play the adoptive mother who ultimately feels that she's been deceived and really loses her cool. How do you prepare for something like that?
It was pretty intense at times. It's a pretty intense role, and there are some, pretty intense things that happen. I think, a double espresso and some chocolate.
Let's give everybody a look.
Amps you up.
I think you're the light that this little girl needs.
I'd have to talk to my husband.
Of course, absolutely. I know this is fast.
And what's her name?
Natalia Grace.
Natalia Grace. That is beautiful. Almost like a prayer.
Amen.
We're not going to give any more spoilers away on this one. We were talking just before we came on the air. You have 3 kids at home. You're in the middle of things right now.
I am, yes. Never dull. Neverdull.com is what I say.
Do they watch?
They don't. Well, my oldest has seen Grey's. My 10-year-old is wanting to watch it. I still am trying to hold off. I think that, some 10-year-olds have seen it, but it's not their mother. So I think it's a little different when you're 10 and it's your mother. So I'm trying to hold that off. And in this new show, they definitely, hopefully, won't see it. Hopefully they do not see it. But my 15-year-old will definitely watch it.
And you were saying how grateful you are to the loyal fans that you have, who have been with you on this incredible ride for more than 2 decades now. What do you enjoy most about your character on Grey's?
I think seeing, how it's impacted people, how the show has impacted people. It's really extraordinary. So many people have gone into the field of medicine because of the show.
I gotta say, my daughter's not going into medicine, but she got a medical education by binging.
Well, not everything we do is, when you talk to doctors are like, why do you do that? It just happened to me last week, actually. I was here last week at a restaurant, and someone came up to me, and I think he was a cardiologist, and he said, you hold the thing to, I was pleased. I don't make the choices. We try so hard. But, I mean, the fans are just amazing. Can you believe these people who are staying with us for 20 years? There's a lot out there. There's a lot of good content to watch. And they are definitely ride or dies. And I'm really grateful for them.
And you've stepped back from a full-time role, but still, every once in a while, you make a visit back to the hospital, narrate as well. What can we expect from Meredith in the future?
The storyline, so I appear in the finale, and my character for Meredith is, I'm very focused on women's health and paying attention to women's health. And so I always try to work with the writers, and they're great, to shape our stories, to bring attention to women's health issues, because there isn't enough attention paid to it, and we're losing funding every day for women's cancers and women's health. So anytime we can tell stories about that, that's where I feel like we're doing the most good.
And where does that passion stem from with you to want to do that? Where does that stem from?
I don't know. I just, we have a huge platform, and we have a responsibility, and we got to stick up for each other and do what we can for each other. Yeah.
Well, I have spent several times on the set, and you all are just such a family, and just so incredibly grateful for how you all have graced our screens all these years, and we come away with a message. And Good American Family is going to be the same kind of thing. Wonderful to see you in this role, Ellen.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And we want people to know that Good American Family premieres Wednesday on Hulu, and Grey's Anatomy airs Thursday nights at 10 Eastern and Pacific on ABC. Streams the next day on Hulu.